I have something to confess. I've been hiding a little secret from you guys. For the 2 months when I was in Cape Town, I've been working on something big. It's been inspiring, creative, stressful, frustrating, full of joy and tears, and came with a lot of bruises and blisters on my hands. And the best part is, I've captured it all on camera. Well, almost all. Let me take you with me while I create my new art series, Tunes of Mundane. In my past, I have created a lot of photo series, but I've never ever really captured the whole process. So when I got the chance to work in the studio space of the Cape Town art residency in my time overseas, I wanted to do it differently this time. I wanted to capture it with all the highs and lows. And I managed it. Well, almost. But who wants to see me crying and panicking for 10 minutes straight, so maybe it's good that I wasn't able to capture too many of these moments. So let's start at the beginning. Or how I would call it, what the f*** do I want to create? For me, it's always the hardest part when you still have the full spectrum of possibilities of what you can create and need to decide of which direction you want to head. 'Cause honestly, who wants to limit themselves consciously? But what I discovered over the past years of being a creative is that setting limits and parameters is not a bad thing. In fact, it is very necessary to even get an idea. So I created a framework for me to search for ideas. Some parameters are very clear, such as the time. I only had 1.5 months, so it had to be finished by then. But then there were other factors coming in. I wanted the series to be whimsical, like my other photos, with some unexpected elements. I wanted to create props by hand for the photos, as this was one of my biggest joys in the last series I created. And I wanted it to be a topic that I was interested in, something that I really enjoyed. Collecting ideas for me looks boring, and I sadly didn't really capture it. It looks something in between washing the dishes, staring at my walls for hours, calling my mom and discussing ideas with her, and looking up pictures on Pinterest. In the end, I came up with a bunch of different concepts, but sadly I didn't have enough time to execute all of them. So in moments like this, just go for the one that excites you the most. For me, it is a series of artful pictures that are called Tunes of Mundane. Music is always one of the biggest sources of inspirations for my photos. So the idea is to create instruments out of everyday objects, every instrument out of a different collection of items, such as kitchenware, clothing, electronics, etc., and bring these instruments to life in whimsical and weird photo settings. So after drawing all of the concepts, I got to work in building the instruments, and I can already spoil that's where the real chaos began. But that's for another video next week.